Hello and welcome back to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we're going to take a look at Siryn from the Bonebreaker Build-A-Figure wave by Marvel Legends. She comes with this huge half a tank piece of Bonebreaker and it just shows how much of a big Build-A-Figure he is going to be. But I have a look at him in a different video. She comes with two alternate hands which are kind of open palm hands, and she's got a really nice face sculpt. A little bit disappointed it's not a screaming head sculpt though, that would have been ideal. She is however pinless, she's built on that Shriek kind of body mould, which is a nice little touch, and she's got this soft goods cape kind of wings thing that go with her costume. Now the costume in itself is based on the Mer Island X-Men team that she joined, but she's got a really interesting history in the comic books. As a figure, however, I think she's probably the most disappointing in the wave for me. I would have preferred Banshee, but she has got a very rich history in the comics, which I'll go into in a minute. But as a figure, I'm a little bit disappointed. The head sits way too high on the neck, in my opinion, and the hair looks a little bit unnatural. As I said, I think I would have preferred a screaming head, and this soft goods cape is just a bit of a nightmare, if you ask me personally. It's attached at the wrists here, but it also goes in at the shoulders as well, so it is fully attached to her back. So unlike kind of like Storm's cape and stuff, which kind of goes up the back, this actually has holes in it which the arms go through at the shoulders, and then holes again which go through at the wrist. But I'm finding it very difficult to kind of pose her in a position that looks like the cape should be, or the wings should be, and it also feels like it might break if I pull too hard on it, which I obviously don't want. I don't see how they would have done her without using a soft goods cape, because it would have been very difficult to make these kind of a hard plastic, but as far as articulation goes it's a little bit difficult. Now I can kind of get her into poses that work. I suppose that if you were to display her you would have her in a fly-in position anyway, so I can kind of move it around a little bit and get it into a position that does work. Now I know I said that I would have preferred Banshee before we got Siryn. That is because of course she is the daughter of Banshee. However, he didn't know that she was born, and it was actually Black Tom Cassidy that brought her up. It was her uncle Black Tom Cassidy that brought her up. She first debuted in the early 80s in the Spider-Woman comic, because she joined up with Black Tom Cassidy and Juggernaut, and was actually a villain to start with. Be aware these little cuffs come off and they can't go over the soft goods, they actually go under, just like that. So yeah, she started off as a villain. She then found out about her father a little bit later and took on the name Banshee much later on in the comics. But I think most interestingly is that she's tied in also with X-Force and X-Factor, and she actually married Deadpool at one point. She was tied in with Deadpool quite a bit, and they were love interests to each other, and so she features quite heavily in the Deadpool and Cable comic books. Did she marry him? I don't know. I might be wrong there. She might not have married him, but she was definitely heavily involved with him as a love interest. So as a character, you can pair her up with a whole number of characters that we've previously had from Marvel Legends, including Deadpool, Cable, Black Tom Cassidy, Juggernaut, and various X-Factor and X-Force members, and of course the original Spider-Woman as well. Now I've kind of managed to fold the wings a little bit here to get her into a bit of a neutral kind of vanilla pose. But yeah, I don't know. She's not. I love that she's on a pinless body. I love that she's got a soft good cape, but I think I would have preferred to have had her in a screaming head, or at least an alternate screaming head. This particular hairstyle would have worked really well with a screaming head, and then maybe an alternate head with a more neutral kind of natural hairstyle. Just because her power is very similar to her dad Banshee. She's got sonic scream, she's got sound manipulation, flight, all of those things. She's actually got more powers than her father did have. But I think now that we do have her and they have this kind of wing cape in production, we're bound to get an updated Banshee, because he is long overdue and an integral part of the X-Men. But yeah, overall she's probably the most disappointing for me out of the wave, just because of the things that I've mentioned. But I am pleased to have her. She's cool. I'll probably put her with Deadpool, or Black Tom Cassidy, one of the two. But yeah, all in all, not the best figure in the wave, but not the worst figure we've ever had. So I'm pleased to have her, but yeah, that's about it. Thanks very much for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you soon.